another video today, again out of the kitchen. Yay! I'm here, I have the opportunity to film in this great kitchen, so I wanted to film a few videos here. And today we are making granola. We are making two kinds. The first one we are making is vegan, and the second one we are making is gluten-free and a little bit different because it's with an egg and it makes it more crunchy. But the first one is a peanut butter granola, and all the ingredients are down below in the description. But you need 3 cups of oats. I have 2 cups of the quick oats and 1 cup of the traditional oats. Then you need every kind of nuts or seeds you like. I have 1 cup of quinoa pops and a half cup of sunflower seeds. Then you need some kind of sweetener you like. I have honey now, but if you're vegan and you don't want to eat honey, you can eat agave syrup or any other kind of syrup. Then some kind of oil. I have coconut oil. Then you need some peanut butter, if you like the peanut butter version. Then I have a few chocolate chips. I have some vanilla sugar, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar if you like, it makes it a little bit more crunchy. Also a little bit of salt and a little bit of cinnamon. First start with preheating your oven to 340 degrees Fahrenheit or 170 degrees Celsius. We are starting with mixing our dry ingredients, so that's the oats. Then in my case the quinoa pops and the sunflower seed, but every seed or nuts you like. If the nuts are bigger, just cut them in little pieces. And then also the sugar, the salt and the cinnamon. And the vanilla sugar. And now just mix everything a little bit. So we will set this aside. Also the chocolate chips, because we will need them at the end. And now take some kind of skillet or little saucepan, put it on the stove. And now we're heating up the peanut butter and the oil and the sweetener. So just heat it up, and we want everything to be smooth, so we can mix it with the dry ingredients. Meanwhile, you can take your baking sheet and line it with baking paper, 1 big one or 2 small ones. We will need it later. So if everything is combined and smooth, we can pour it over our dry ingredients. And now mix everything very well. First it seems a little bit dry, but just mix a little bit more and until everything is covered. If your mixture seems a little bit too wet, just add a little bit more of the oats, and if it seems too dry, just add a little bit more oil. So if everything is combined, take your baking sheet and just spread it out. So, and this comes now in the oven, and it takes around 18 to 22 minutes. Just look after the 18 minutes how it's doing. It should get drier and a little bit brown on the top, and just mix it once in between at 15 minutes or so it doesn't burn. So after 15 minutes, just check it once. just bake it for the rest of the time. If the time's up, just check if it gets a little bit brown on the top. And if it does, you can take it out of the oven. It's not dry when you get it out, but it should be a little bit crispy and brown on the top. Just mix it a little bit so it gets a little bit cooler, so it will crispen when it cools. So don't worry. And if you have some chocolate chips or some dried fruits or something like that, just put it into a bowl and then you can mix it with the stuff you don't bake with it. So if everything is in the bowl, just add your chocolate chips or your dried fruits, mix it, and then just let it cool in the bowl, and it will cool and it will get crisp. So if the granola is cooled down, you can store it in an airtight container for around 2 weeks. Just make sure it's first totally cool and there's no moisture, because there's moisture in the container, it will get soggy. The first one is in the oven and the second one is the gluten-free one. So you need almost the same ingredients, just some oats. I have again the quinoa pods and the sunflower seeds, some honey and some oil, which kind you like. I use coconut oil again. Here are a little bit more cinnamon, some salt and some sugar, again sugar if you like, also the vanilla sugar. And here I use the egg white from 1 egg, and you can also use whichever fruits or nuts or seeds you like. If you use dry fruits, just add them after baking so they don't get too dry. And this recipe is also very good if you use some coconut shavings or some coconut flakes or something like that. For this you want to have your oven a little bit lower at 300 Fahrenheit or 160 Celsius. And first again we mix the dry ingredients, so the oats, the sunflower seeds, the sugar, the salt and the cinnamon, and the vanilla sugar. Stir it, mix it a little bit. So now we want to separate our egg and just use the egg white and beat the egg white. Add a pinch of salt to the egg white. And then just beat it up until it gets stiff. So if the egg white is stiff, you can mix the egg white, the oil, the honey and the dry ingredients. And the egg white will help you to get bigger clusters of crunch. So now I have the second one, the gluten-free one with the egg. And same thing, I will spread it out on a baking sheet. This one you will bake at 300 Fahrenheit or 160 Celsius for around 30 to 40 minutes. And again, stir one time in the middle. Be a little bit more careful with it because you want it to form some clusters and you don't want to break them when you're stirring it. Again, until it gets a little bit golden brown on the top. Yeah. So it goes in the oven. And then just wait and clean up your kitchen. So if it gets a little bit brown, put it out of the oven. And then let it just cool up on the baking tray. And then hopefully you get some big chunks of granola. So here we have the gluten-free one, which is with egg and with cinnamon, and here we have the vegan one with peanut butter and chocolate chips on the top, and they're perfect on yogurt or on just with milk or on a smoothie bowl. And as I said, let it cool completely on the baking sheet and then keep it in an airtight container up to 2 weeks. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy it. They're totally delicious. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I will see you at the next video. Bye!